once a week, guys. So, I'm a bit of a news junkie. I'm a bit like Angel. I prefer the page, too. I get the newspaper delivered to my house every day because I'm 85 years old at heart. I was going through some old ones the other day, and I saw this ad around Christmas time that said, come get your holiday picture with Santa. Your holiday picture with Santa. How many holidays is Santa involved in? I don't really get that. It's some Jewish family, so I was like, yes, at last, we can have Santa, a Hanukkah card, this is the best. But then again, I do remember many Christmas Eve, me and my siblings all gathered around the fire, studying the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, my mother pulling Christmas latkes out of the oven, and then us all gathering in front of the Ramadan bush for our own holiday photo. I don't get who's behind all this, let's just take all the holidays and just make them a holiday. Is it to include the atheists? Because fuck them, they made their choice. I don't get the people who just go to Christmas and Easter, go to church twice a year. I just never go. I don't get how you can deny a religion's beliefs, but then just show up whenever they're handing out presents. I never really understood that. If you're gonna fool God showing up twice a year, like, oh wow, this place is really hard to find. I know, sorry about that. I've been getting in some trouble at work lately for some attendance issues. The other day, I came back from lunch, and I clocked back in, and then I was just kind of hanging out in the break room, and my manager pulled me aside and was like, hey Dylan, can I talk to you for a second? I'm like, sure, what's going on? He's like, I noticed that you clocked back in for lunch and then hung out in the break room for about 15 minutes. What's your excuse? I was like, well, I just kind of wanted a longer lunch, man. I don't really see what's going on. And he's like, well, do you know that you just committed time theft, and that's a very serious crime? What do you have to say for yourself? I was like, I just committed a crime using time? This is the coolest day ever. I didn't know you could do that. I felt like the star of Time Cop 2, Extended Lunch. It's nice at my job, though. They give us a grace period. If you have to be in at 9 o'clock, as long as you punch in by 9:10, it's fine. Nobody says anything to you. So one day I was a little late. I got in by the 10-minute mark, and we have this meeting every morning. It's called a huddle. We all talk about our goals for the day, and I showed up late to it. And then on the sales floor, I bumped into my manager, and he was like, hey, I didn't see you at the meeting this morning. And I was like, oh, sorry, I was 10 minutes late, but I was there at the end. You were wearing an orange shirt. I was in the back juggling. What else can I tell you to prove that I was there? And he goes, well, you know, you shouldn't be late. I was like, well, I was within the grace period. And he goes, I don't believe in grace periods. Well, the company we both work for does, so I don't really see your side of the argument. And he goes, you know, Dylan, as your manager, I'm supposed to form you into more of a professional. So I would like to see you showing up for work 10 minutes early. I said, 10 minutes early? Yeah, you know, get a cup of coffee, feed the birds, talk to the squirrels. Well, if I stop to talk to the squirrels, aren't I just going to be late again? I don't understand. He was like, just talk and walk at the same time. Okay, thank you, Mr. Manager. I've been trying to dabble into a couple other areas in case this whole comedy thing doesn't work out. Working on a new video game called Masturbation Combat. Finish him! That joke is so dumb. And I've been working on a screenplay about a child molesting child therapist whose catchphrase is "Show me on me where he touched you." That was just good for everybody's reaction and for Jason's clapping. Thank you, Jason. I'm going to dip back into news because I don't have a segue. I was reading this article a couple months ago how the University of Colorado was up on their website, put some tips and tricks on how to deter attackers from raping you. That killed the room. The list of tips included urinating, vomiting on yourself, saying you're menstruating, or telling them you have a disease, which I would have gone with polio just to catch them off guard. But I say good for Colorado University because there's no group of criminals easier to reason with than rapists. Thank you guys so much. You're a lot of fun. Good night.
voice. Oh my God. He's got that sexy voice. I love that. It's so manly. Oh my God. And it's all because he gave up smoking. Smoking. I thought Jordan out there puffing away, you little skinny thing. Is that why you're so skinny? Smoking. Smoking does terrible things to you. I read in the paper that last year in the Times that smoking is the second major cause of impotence in men 35 to 50. Do you know what the first cause is? Marriage. Marriage. How many men in this room still smoke? Raise your hand. See, you can barely get that up.